We mentioned earlier, we were talking about spoons. One of the big conversations that happened this year was around Moonshine spoons and the ownership change and all of that. What did you make of the conversations that were being had about that? And then in terms of where, Moonshine's at now and where do you think it's going forward?
I think they're still an incredible piece of equipment in our arsenals for this fishery. I think that a big issue they had was the hooks. They switched over right away. There was a shortage, I guess, in the VMCs. Was my understanding is what I was explaining to, and they switched it back, but everybody freaked out about the hooks that were on there.
Yeah.
I think that they are absolutely still fine. They seem to have changed a little bit of the plating on the back. The glow is the same. I actually talked with the previous owner about it. He's still with the company. He's doing trial runs and stuff, and it's sad to see the company, the manufacturing go overseas, but it's such a big company. I mean, from a business perspective, I kind of understand them switching. Everybody talking about split rings failing and stuff and hooks breaking. The hooks are the same hooks now. I mean, they're just VMC number 2s or whatever they are. I don't know, but they're the same hook. The split rings, I had them fail before with big fish. And as our conversation, for them to have switched when they did was hard for the company too, because it was right in the middle of this incredible fishing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where all of a sudden you're literally everything's getting destroyed, breaking off, hooks are breaking. I think it was a tough time for the company. I do hope that they continue to produce the same quality. I think there was that hiccup when they switched over with any company. When you switch ownership, you're going to have differences
in production.
In production.
Yeah.
I think it's going to smooth out. I think their gears. I mean, I used a bunch of the newer stuff this year just to literally for my own piece to know that it still worked while I was still running the older stuff too, because I have a bunch of it. But I thought it was absolutely fine. The plating is a little different. For everybody's like, oh well, I'm just gonna hold on to my old stuff. Eventually, it's gonna be gone. You got to learn how to catch fish on what's here. I mean, it's like us and our old gear, like grizzly spoons. I love using an old grizzly spoon. A lot of guys don't even know what that is. But if I break one off, it's over. I have to be able to catch fish on what I have. And I immediately started using some of the new stuff because I wanted to make sure that I could catch fish on it. And I saw very little difference in the catching of it. So I did hate the hooks, though, that they switched to in the beginning. Those were, I did not like those. But otherwise, I thought the product was fine.
We noticed that, too. They did fix it pretty quick once the uproar on social media happened with guys were pointing it out. And then...
well, yeah, I think the plan from the start was to not continue. That was just a temporary thing to begin with. So
I'm not a huge fan of the VMC hook to begin with. All my fly hooks are owner hooks. And then any spoons I usually put on my coppers, I switch to an owner anyways because you have so far to reel them in. I want that hook to really bite. And I think the VMCs just, and I seem to break them a lot when I take them out of fish because I'm very harsh I'm very fast and do a lot of ripping out. So I change a lot of my hooks out anyways. I think anybody that fishes as much as somebody like I do, or, the guys that are really hardcore recreational guys swap out a lot of their hooks and split rings anyways.
For those that don't know, Caleb is extremely rough on tackle.
I am. It's
the roughest person I know on tackle. If it survives Caleb, you got something good.
In other words, Caleb's a great product tester for development purposes. Send him all your products to test and field test.
I'm the best and the worst. I come to him and tell him something's junk. He's like, it's probably great for everybody else.
That's a good point.
But that being said, if it survived me, it'll survive anybody. So. Back to the spoon thing real quick, though. I don't know. I'm hoping the quality control stays the same, but there are plenty of other products that we use that are still way less durable and, that we still use because they catch fish. For me, as long as it catches fish, I'm happy.
Right.
And I don't think that's changed at all with Moonshine. So